po mga chief and yun nga po Kuya Nick or Nico Nazario for Lupon WXC and we appreciate your time na going here sa ating press con and to know more about Lupon WXC and syempre yung activity that we're doing with Paulo Avelino. So if ever you'll be having questions, since I know that gaming has been quite new sa ating industry or sa radar natin, feel free to shoot lang and we'll answer the best as we can since we've been here for like around, for me it's around 10 plus years already. So yeah, kung meron kayong questions na tingin nyo matagal nang nagbabother sa inyo about gaming, feel free to ask lang. And I am looking forward to have a great press con for this one. Medyo kinakabahan lang kasi this is my first time sa press con. Pasensya na po kayo.
Thank you.
Yes, hello at magandang hapon. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Ito nga po, latest venture ko and kaya trinatry namin lahat ng kaya namin para ipasok rin sa mas mainstream na market. Kaya siguro po kaya nag-imbita rin po ako ng mga tao from showbiz because I think this industry could also help uh, because the industry we're in is also entertainment at the end of the day. At kung entertainment to, parang in the future, I'm sure there's going to be more projects, more plans, and hopefully makasama namin kayo pag nangyari yung mga yan.
For it initially started with the WXC is Wombo X Combo. So that's a gaming lingo wherein any gamers can relate. Since sa gaming, there are a few genres. Like for example, the FPS o yung barilan. And then meron din naman yung parang Mobile Legends. So any gamer will understand Wombo Combo is. So we stuck with that one. And then for Lupon naman, since from the beginning, I envisioned this one to be a community back. So Lupon is, I think, the term that naririnig ko nung bata pa ako with the Ghost Fighter anime. So Lupon ni Eugene, Lupon ni Taguro or whatever. So I integrated lang yung Lupon with the WX initials as to why na pasok yung Lupon WXC. So yeah, that's the initial origin of the name. Sige. For me, what inspired me to do this was to begin with, I am a diehard fan talaga of the gaming and esports scene ever since 2020, 2010, 2008 pa lang. Actually, after college, nung nag-graduate ako sa Adamson Mass Communication, my mind was already set in doing work sa gaming, whether it be for advertising, marketing, production. Ang mindset ko dun was, if I go to ABS-CBN, which is actually OJT ako sa TV5 for the post-prod nila, na-realize ko na masyado na maraming magaling dito. And kumbaga, hindi na ako ganun mag-make a difference or magma-matter if I invested all of my time and effort here. So, I put my focus dun uh, sa may subject na talagang kabisado ko, which is gaming. I've been gaming ever since I was a kid. So, and I also believe na, yun nga, in the future na this is going to be big. So I started out as a viewer talaga, like 12 hours, 13 hours nanonood ako per day. And then I saw what they're doing abroad and I realized that I can integrate it here sa Philippines. So with that, nag-propose ako sa mga companies na pinagtrabahuhan ko na which is gaming companies din na hopefully we can do this. I had this vision, sabi ko, and gagana naman siya sigurado. The thing is, I wasn't fortunate enough na mabiyayaan ng project na mabigyan ng go signal since bata pa nga talaga. 24, 25 years old lang yata ako nun. So what I did was, uh, nag-resign ako with my job and then nag uh, nag-loan ako sa parents ko ng 80,000 pesos and then that's where it started. Pambayad ng computer na second hand and then pang-rent ng apartment, 2 months advance, 1 month deposit, tsaka supply, tsaka kuryente. So, yeah, so that's my background and pinagsimulan talaga ng Lupon.
Yeah, what a really great story. And I think you all have received this from the initial press release. So now that you've been able to establish something that has not quite been done yet, what are the achievements that you hope to achieve for Lupon here in the Philippines and abroad? What are the goals that you see?
Actually, we've been doing it na kasi katulad ng sinabi ni Pau, we believe that this is going to be the future. Yung future niya is not only with the organic or the community that we're having. So it will eventually go sa mainstream, just like what we're doing in the US already with Ninja, and even the basketball players are already doing the gaming, di ba? So it is inevitable na magko-crosspath talaga siya, mag-intertwine talaga siya. Good thing, maganda yung timing na I saw Pau na talagang legit gamer siya, and it just so happened na we complement each other. Me as the representative for the organic community ng gaming, and then Pau naman with knowledge, with production on how we can improve on our own and how we can communicate this one outside of the gaming market na nahihirapan kaming itap for the past few years. So, bale, yun, I think kung ano yung ginagawa ngayon sa mainstream, that's where the gaming industry will be going in the future.
Sure. Let me direct this to Mr. Paulo. So, coming in as a partner for LUPONWXC, and with the experience that you bring to the table, what are you hoping to do much better, and how do you hope to help Lupon stand out amongst the competition?
Well, yung una, tulad nung sinabi ni Kuya Nick, parang ano talaga, tinatry namin yung best namin na i-up yung quality lagi. So, ang daming in-invest na equipment, na ilaw, camera, computers, tapos at the same time, yung building pa. So, ang dami, constant siya. Sumasabay lagi sa times, sa technology rin, kung anong bago. Pero, yun, like what Kuya Nick said, very solid na kasi yung foundation nila for Kuya Nick and Dota ML. So tinatry pa namin i-broaden or ikalat pa sa Pilipinas. And like I said earlier, parang I see this industry becoming, if not as big as, probably not as big as the showbiz industry, but almost tapping into there kasi andun na parang nakikita niyo na lahat ng streamers sa Facebook, sila Doggy, sila Alodia, parang and they get thousands and thousands of viewers. So kumbaga gusto talaga namin na gawin itong napatibayan pa itong industriya para mapakinabangan nating lahat in the future.
That's a wild idea to begin with kasi to give you an example of our setup before the facility, we were renting a condo unit sa Tomas Morato, sa may E. Rodriguez Tomas Morato, the Amariles, if alam nyo yun. And I think we rented around 6 units there since we are operating like multiple studios. And then what's unique with our setup compared to the others is that the tournaments that we are broadcasting are broadcasted sa America, sa Europe. So we need to adhere with their time. So we cannot let our casters go home ng around 3 a.m., 4 a.m. So as to why we rented multiple units talaga, puro 4-bedroom units. Tapos nandun sila natutulog na rin, quarters na rin nila. Tapos nagkaroon kami ng wild idea ng partner ko. So what if suntok na tayo sa buwan? I do have a piece of lot here sa General Trias, maganda yung internet because dito nakaboot kami mga professional players. Gusto mo ba magpatayo tayo ng 3-story building dito? And then sabi ko, this is the secret nga pala for Lupon. We don't have any investors. So we are fan of the game talaga. So roll lang talaga kami ng roll. Lahat na pumapasok na projects, pera, reinvest. We don't have that fear na mamaya hindi namin mabayaran yung investor namin kasi we ourselves, alam namin na kahit na 50,000 pesos monthly pasok sa amin for as long as we are good, okay na kami doon. So at the moment, give all talaga yung motto namin. Kaya go signal namin doon, automatic na yon. So hindi namin
Quick history
Go
lang
for
po
it,
yun.
Pao.
Kasi ang madalas po kasing nangyayari sa gaming industry, and not just gaming industry, gaming companies here, esports teams, may funding coming from like
Investors, yeah.
investors, most probably from abroad. And parang as much as possible, ayaw namin. Gusto naming i-maintain na parang uh, lahat ng ginagawa namin nasa Pilipinas muna. Pero ayan, then continue.
Eventually, actually, doon din pupunta sa panigurado yun. Pero for the meantime, talagang ini-enjoy namin. Ang mindset namin is that worst comes to worst, wag naman sana mawala ang lahat ng to. We can go back to our daily lives na naglalaro kami, nagtatrabaho kami, and wala kaming pinagkakautangan and whatever. So, ang motto namin, talagang habang nandito pa, give all kami. And what a way to give it all by having our own facility. Pero what's unique pa nga, kaya nagkakilala kami ni Paulo is that talagang, I think, wala pa tayong 2 years magkakilala pa, no? Wala pa.
Mga ganun, mga 2 years.
Wala pa. So, nung nasa condo kami kasi sa Amarilis kami, lahat ng studios namin, ang setup namin was ring light. Yung parang sa mga online seller at saka Logitech lang na camera na maliit na gano'n. So nakita niya yon, and sabi niya, I think we can improve that one. So ako naman, nag-aantay lang rin ako ng professional na will approach us. So sakto dumating si Pau. Credibility boys, wala ka na namang question. Di ako lolokohin yan. Di ako piperahan ni Pau eh. So that gave me the go signal. Tara, bili tayo sa Amazon. Automatic pa. So that's how organic yung partnership na nabuo namin. Walang plano na let's continue this one, let's build this one. Wala. Doon kami nagsimula, and then every week, every Sunday pa, no, nandun ka sa Cavite, tapos lagi kami nag-uusap. Sabi ko sa kanya, ano kaya kung seryosohin na natin to? So that's the time na, tara, let's go with this in full blast.
So, syempre, marami akong in-order abroad na mga wala dito ng mga gamit para ma-improve yung quality ng stream nila or mas maging convenient sa kanila. At meron akong isang gamit doon na kailangan ni Kuya Nick. So, gustong bilhin ni Kuya Nick, hindi ko binibenta. Sabi ko, bigay ko na lang, hingi na lang akong pabor in the future. Natakot yata sa pabor.
Sweet.
So, then natakot yata si Kuya Nick sa pabor, so hindi na nag-reply.
Ayos din.
So, ayan,
Pero binigay mo pa rin eh.
Pero
binigay mo pa rin.
Parang after ilang months,
How many
after several months.
Wow.
So, doon nagsimula.
May takot din. Yes.
May takot si Kuya Nick sa mga pabor.
I think I think mas na-strengthen yun nung panahon na magkakilala na kami. I think being an artist si Paulo, tas ako naman, we manage around like 60 people na already with Lupon eh. So Sunday is our day na walang traffic, makakabiyahe kami, punta kami ng HQ, makapunta rin si Pau doon. And sakto, may mga birthday minsan, and then may natitirang mga drinks. So tara, chill tayo sa likod, Kuya Nick. So magre-relax kami ron. Ang background namin, yung ilog, tapos yung bakanting lote sa likod. Walang nakakapunta ron. Kami lang talaga magpa-partner. So relax lang kami, mag-inom kami hanggang gabi, and then mag-uusap kami kung ano yung mga concept na pwedeng gawin in the future, sinong talents yung pwede nating iangat, ano yung mga pwede nating kopyahin from the other industries na ginagawa nila. So every Sunday nangyayari yun, and doon na nabuo, I think, yung concept na tara, seryosohin na natin to. So.
Actually, we have another partner pero ayaw niya magpakilala. Filipino naman. Parang siya rin yung nag-strengthen ng bridge namin with Nico, kasi parang hindi ko alam na ginagawa na pala nila itong plano nila, and parang kumbaga pinilit ko na lang yung sarili ko para ma-improve pa at magawa yung mga kailangan gawin para patibayin pa itong pinasok namin.
I think to compare it na maintindihan ng karamihan, it is like, for example, FIBA. So, di ba, for FIBA, pag magre-represent yung Team Philippines, we are all tuning in sa TV5, di ba? So, that's what we're doing. We have the broadcast rights for the big tournaments wherein the Filipino fans are represented by the Filipino teams, and we are competing well. And aside from that, the game itself, which is yung parang basketball ng games which is Dota. Ever since we are high school talagang nandiyan na yung Dota and maraming talaga nagdo-Dota. Fortunate enough for us na nag-focus kami doon and now we built a community there and yeah, I think
Expanding.
ayun yung ano namin. Ayun yung ano namin. We are now expanding into CS:GO, Mobile Legends, and Wild Rift, Valorant. On the way na siya isa-isa. Pero ayun yung sinasabi ko earlier, we are focused on the product. So we got the rights and then we pitch in talent na mag-shoutcast or commentate doon. Pag sumikat yung commentator as a talent, then sa time na lalabas siya and she will venture or he will venture out if kaya niya maging streamer on her own. So pero ang pinaka-focus pa rin is the broadcast and the tournament. So yeah.
Um, nung nag-start actually lahat nung lumabas ang or naging mainstream ang Twitch. Ang Twitch po parang online platform siya kung saan pwedeng mag-stream yung mga tao na parang ginagawa sa Facebook ngayon. So yun yung kinopya po ng Facebook sa Twitch. Parang yun nagbigay ng opportunities for a lot of people. Kasi napapanood niyo yung personality, na-entertain kayo at the same time nakikita niyo kung anong ginagawa niya at nilalaro niya. Pero doon po nagsimula at doon lumaki ng lumaki. Doon rin po dumami yung talents. Doon rin po dumami yung mga nagsi-stream. And with Facebook and YouTube opening like live streams for gaming as well. Parang doon na rin po nagkaroon ng mas maraming opportunities yung mga fellow Filipinos natin to stream and play. And parang yun nga po yung sinasabi ko kasi minsan yung mga kabataan ngayon pag napapanood mo sila parang hindi na kung tatanungin mo sila, "Oy, kilala mo ba 'to? Kilala mo ba si Paulo Avelino?" "Hindi po." "Kilala mo ba si Alodia?" "Opo." Bakit? Pinapanood kasi nila yung mga naglalaro. So it's a nice and we're trying to keep it as safe as possible for all age. Baga sinasabi naman namin kung may mga hindi kanais-nais na sinasabi sa stream. Pero ayun po, nitong pandemic, ito ang isa sa mga industriya na hindi masyadong naapektuhan siya in a way na natigil lang yung mga live events. Pero nag-boom pa rin siya.
Being the man na naka-experience it during the pandemic itself, we are fortunate enough na we were able to continue our broadcast amidst the pandemic. And I think not only continue but amplify yung result given everyone is at home and wala silang ginagawa. So they had the time to watch and go back for those na nag-work before, they had the time already to go back and watch yung mga favorite games na nilalaro. Ngayon, being broadcast to the professional level. So, ayun yung naging impact sa atin. And then, for Lupon naman, personally, since katulad ng sinabi namin earlier, we had the setup wherein naka-bootcamp yung talent doon sa HQ mismo. So, with the COVID, since their safety is our priority, what we did was, ginawa namin sila ng bubble. What you can do is only apartment and then HQ, apartment and then HQ. For those who will be going back sa bahay nila who has Discord or can do the work online, you can go back na. So as early as I think last year, ginawa na namin yung setup na yun. Pag gusto niyo na bumalik sa HQ, present to us a swab na negative kayo sa PCR para sitin yung mga nasa HQ namin. Kasi di sila lumalabas eh. So that's the system. Pero good thing we were able to adapt and we are striving naman during this pandemic. Pero still, the safety is our priority pa rin with the company.
Yeah. No, thank you both for your answer. I want to go back to Paulo real fast because Paulo, you had mentioned that there has been an increasing number of new streamers, some even new to gaming that want to get into streaming. And it's almost a bit of a boom, I would say. But the question to ask is, what do you believe would ensure long-term success for these new gamers and streamers out there? And maybe for an amateur, how could they take this from a hobby to a career? What would be your thoughts there?
Right. I wouldn't say I'm the best person to ask dahil I mean, I'm not really successful or known in the gaming industry, but Nico is. But I've seen a lot of talents and in a way hand in hand rin siya. Kumbaga malapit rin siya dito sa industriya natin kung nakikita mo kung paano sumisikat tong mga streamers. So maraming factors. Kumbaga may studies sa Twitch dati na parang 3 yata o 4 entertaining ka, then nakakatawa ka, or magaling ka talaga maglaro,
Skillful,
or
yeah.
or actually 5 pa nga yata kasi meron pa yung mga sexy na nagsi-stream. So andun yan. So basta na ma-manage mo yun at nakikita mo yung projection mo and consistency of streaming. It's always nice to have a streaming schedule para alam ng tao kung kailan nila abangan at alam nila pag andun ka sa pag oras na yun, alam nilang live ka. So ayan, and it's like how Kuya Nick started. It's really building up and rallying your whole community. So ayan po, kumbaga parang sa amin, parang mga fans mo, parang iniingatan yan. Kasi sila yung nanonood sa'yo at sila yung sumusuporta sa'yo.